Hey guys, welcome back. Maris here, and today we have Valheim, and I will show you groundwork. I don't know how to call it, but anyways, everything you need to know about leveling and evening the ground, the earth, you know, and that you can do quite easily at a quite early stage in the game. What you need is pickaxe. Pickaxe you get from killing first boss. That's one thing. And once you get it, you can start gathering rocks and everything and anything. And sometimes that's the absolutely annoying thing when you miss the rock. No, you are hitting the rock. Then you suddenly do something like this. And of course, it's in the middle of your garden or I don't know, near your house. And this is annoying. So first thing that was annoying for me at least. Be aware, it's all fine. Later in the progress, you will be able to make grass again. So this is one thing that was annoying. And also the holes in the ground, you fix them also later. So there are 3 tools. As you can see at the top of my screen, there's a pickaxe. This is advanced, but they do the same thing. They're just durability is increased. Right? Second thing is how it's actually called. Oh, okay. I will call it a tool, okay? So that's another tool. And the third one is cultivator. That is mainly meant for garden, but with that you can plant a grass, which is absolutely essential if you want a beautiful garden, not garden, but the field, the yard, okay? So first things first, yeah, that's good. First things first, we will need workbench, so we'll build it just so we have it. I will try to pack everything, all 3 tool usage together and show you how that is done. First of all, come on tool, not tool. Workbench. First of all, we will learn how to actually level things, right? Leveling is important, and well, first you learn how to dig holes. This is important, and in the next video for sure, this will, I think, will be the most crucial part, is how to deal with the ground when you need that for mining. That's another question. So there are 2 things you need to keep in mind while you have a pickaxe. If you aim somewhere on the ground, you go right beneath you. Nothing specifically to mention there, just you dig a hole. Simple and easy as that. But there's a trick thing that comes when you hit something that is kind of like, you see? If you hit that, the 2 things happen. One, you dig in that direction, which is quite nice, but if you pay attention, there is kind of, you need to think of sand getting beneath your feet, and I will demonstrate it how it happens. If you keep digging kind of in front, you see my character is being pushed up a little bit all the time. And you see, this is not a one level, this is literally I'm climbing up, because 2 things happen. That is important. Why? Because if you want an even nice tunnel, you need to do one in that direction, another hit on the ground to level back up where you were, another in front, another on the ground. At least that's what you thought so. So this is where second tool comes in handy. Basically, for the mining pick, that's it. There are 2 main directions. While it's a groundwork, 2 directions, to the below you, or if you need to make a tunnel, not a tunnel, but you get the idea, to get in front. Second thing comes right next to in handy, this tool for leveling the ground. This is your main tool, well, to level things. And let me show you what happens. Remember, this little hill, why I mentioned sand is because when you go in direction with the pickaxe beneath your foot is sand. Why? Because if you use this tool, you see, you can level it. It basically just sculpts away the extra sand that was added, right? And if you see, if you try to level this, let's call it a rock, that's it. You can't level it anymore because it can sculpt kind of first part that's kind of like soft sand, but beneath you can't. For that you need again to take a pickaxe. You want to do that. And as you can see below this leftover, this is again kind of sand that you can still level. You see, you need to understand how the game works. Basically there's a soft part, then there's a hard part, and beneath, if you want to go crazy and think you can dig a hole to the center of the earth, no, there is a limit. At some point you will reach where you can't get any lower. That's basically somewhere it is. Game, please don't make me look like a liar. But there is a limit where you hit and you can get. So for this example, if you want to get out the easiest way, not easiest, but basically you make a climbing up. If you keep digging, you can hit side walls as well, because remember, you make a sand beneath your feet. You basically push yourself up, which is quite neat. You need if you dig too big of a hole. I know I take quite a lot of time of this, but this is essential, and you will see when it comes to mining, you will get and you will be glad to know all these differences and everything. You see? And beneath, as I said, I will just keep demonstrating. This is a soft sand, because you can level it with this leveling tool. I will not try to pronounce that name because it's too similar with other words. That's all you need to understand. So that's it. Now it comes even interesting. This tool, this leveling tool has mainly this is just pattern. This kind of just removes grass, which later you kind of understand and regret, because then your yard looks ugly as hell. But we'll get to that part. But two things. One is level ground. This is important. Level ground does not... Okay, I will make right away say what it does. It tries to get that area where I'm pointing to my feet level. Which means if I'm climbing at the top position and then aim somewhere else, tries to bring it up, which again has some limitations. Of course, if I stand still and basically click like a crazy maniac, all this ground should be evenly put up. But there are limitations because it can't raise above some certain level. See? As much as I click it, nothing happens, because it's again, there is some soft cap which can raise or lower. Let me demonstrate how the lower part happens. If I'm climbing down and then do the same clicking, it removes and tries to achieve my foot level, right? So basically this is the tool. If you stand still, should even out absolutely perfect area. So what happens if that does not, if you can't achieve your goal? Then with this same ground tool, you have this option to raise ground, right? You see, pay attention, it requires currently nothing so far used any materials. Here, if you want to raise, as you saw previously, I can't reach my level, you need to spend stone, and workbench needs to be in somewhere near. And as I have some rocks in my inventory, so that's, I added extra kind of, let's call it sand, because then you can level it again. Basically you reach up, sometimes it's a bit higher, and then you even the ground and get what you want. And it works in opposite way as well. If you try to level it down, sometimes it happens, sometimes it just does not even, right? There is not soft sand. You see, it's not coming down. remember the previous tool, we have a pickaxe. Then just take a few hits. Remember, you need to hit below. Well, it's quite easy to. You get the idea. Basically, for the harder parts, you pick a pickaxe or you take this leveling tool and bring it up. But when it's the soft part of the ground, you need just this leveling tool. Why this is all important? I will show you the most important, well, main thing where it comes in handy. Once you find a spot where you want to build house, tower, lookout tower, outpost home, castle, whatever. Best case scenario, and usually what happens is you find some... Sorry, saving. Okay. Before that. This I learned somewhere else also. Let me show you what happens if you want to bring that hole back altogether. If you spend a rock there, down there, and then try to bring it up to your level, you will run out of rocks quite easily, quite fast. Instead, what you do, because remember, it takes some area. This is kind of cheating. You don't aim down there, you aim right at the border, where it's up hills. And as you can see, it brings a little bit up, but what also this did is basically filled everything around this corner. I will demonstrate how with 12 rocks. I know, we are still climbing up. Yeah, we are run out of the rocks. But you see how much I filled that hole? And now I everything I showed you, you just use the tool. Oh, sorry. Use the tool to level it back to your desired level. But as you see, we spent just few rocks actually, and the hole is almost half filled. So this is a neat trick how you can do it, how you can fill up the hole quite easily, not spending thousands and thousands of rocks. So now that brings us back to the point where you want to build a house or something. You find the best spot that is up hills, because from up hills you can see enemies, anyone that's riding your house. You don't want to be somewhere where you can't oversee what's your surroundings, right? So when you do that, I will quickly try to demonstrate how it happens. You want to build something, you want to make... You don't have even the ground, whatever. You want to quite neat buildings, so you start building, you know, you level up so you have even ground. Then this will be floor, and then you realize, wait, I need another fundament, right? Well, of course you need to place it. Oh, it will be immediately destroyed because it does not support anything. You need to back a little bit up. This is where you want to put another, how it's called, fundament. But you see, the problem is, if you build the first one a little bit higher than the previous one, now it's left hanging in the air. So, uh-oh, this is a bad thing. This is, as you see, where this bringing up to your level comes in handy. Let me demonstrate on my house. You see that beneath? I brought it up so it actually touches your fundament. And I just picked up rocks because I spent every rock previously. Let me show you what happens. This red sign means anything attached to this will be destroyed. Of course, you can build some more below it and it will solve a situation as well, but if and when your ground touches this pole, you see it's blue, which means it's ground, it's fundament. Now, as expected, this is again green and you can keep building more and more, which was not previously available. Couldn't do it. So yeah, this is the important leveling tool. Yeah, this is the other way how you can do it quickly. Not that perfect, but yeah, you can make it beautiful, of course. Well, not me. Okay, this reaches to a different topic, right? This is a building trick. I just showed you how to reach and build and make a fundament, but that requires more resources and you still want to know how to level the ground. And now the last part is quite simple. We then now know how to dig below, make a tunnel, fill it afterwards, even when it's raised, even when it's below level, everything and anything around that. Now the last part is the simple one. Is once you do all that, too much. Once you do all that, yeah, it can be left hanging. This is the ugly ground, and here the last tool, cultivator, right, comes in handy. Normally, it is used for seeds and planting trees and anything, and cultivate the ground. But there's also grass. This is the option. It doesn't use any resources. It just plants a grass. So wherever you make a digging, most likely, as you see, whenever you dig, raise something, bring it up, bring it down the ground, it leaves this ugly brown ground. It's not appealing. Trust me, it's not. Simple as that. There is a use case for that. I specifically made the ground here for pigs because it's a mud. That's where pigs live. That's a natural. But your yard, you want to have grass. So worry not. Afterwards, you're done leveling, achieve desired not yet a result. Then you take a cultivator and then you can make your everything beautiful. And if you decide that you want to have that ugly brown ground, sorry, there is night already coming, remember, you pick this grounding tool and take a path. It meant to be, well, kind of make a path from I don't know, house to house in your yard, but in the same time you can use it just to simply remove grass. It doesn't level anything, just removes grass. You prefer this, in my opinion, ugly. All right, it's already night. We spent whole day in game day, but I hope you learned something: how to level, how to even, how to dig, how the soft ground, how the hard rocks work, how to deal with any and every of those situations. And yeah, that's something I wish I knew before. Then probably I would have made this all prettier, but well, I learned all that afterwards, so yeah, I have to deal with groundwork really poorly done. Anyways, not spending any more of your time. Thank you guys for watching. Next will be everything we learned here will be used and applied for mining. So be aware, I'll show you the best tips how to mine efficiently and how not to miss any copper. This will be specifically for copper. And we'll meet in that video. Cheers.